Good morning, guys. Welcome back. I'm going to show you how you can take a vase like this and turn it into this. So I'll have a link down below for these papers, but there's a couple of things I wanted to mention. You only want to use this straight edge up here when you're covering the very top or the bottom. And for that reason, I'd suggest that when you're tearing this, because we want to tear this into smaller pieces, and so what you'll want to do is put the pile of the papers with the soft edges in one hand, and when you tear away these others, put them in a different pile, because once you get to working, you're not going to want to have decoupage glue on your fingers. It just gets to be really messy and sticky, and you want to be careful with that. You also don't want to tear these pieces so that they're so long that they start to lose the curve. So you see how this fits perfectly right here? When you go with a longer piece, it starts to kind of not fit perfectly. It's just much easier to work in smaller sections. So I'm going to tear these up into different size pieces, and I will have one pile over here and one over here. The other thing is you want a very soft bristle brush. The paper's a little bit delicate, and we want to use matte medium. For some reason, this medium helps this adhere to the glass a little more. So once you have your papers torn, I'm going to take a little bit of my gel medium, and I'm going to start at the bottom because it's a lot easier to hold your vase this way and work up. So I'll put one of those straight pieces down here at the bottom. And I'm using very light pressure on this. And what I prefer to do is, rather than do a section like this, I'm going to do the section at the base first. And it's fine to overlap. And I am going to decoupage the rest of this part of the vase. And I keep loading my brush with the gel medium because I do want to make sure I'm kind of flattening out the paper. And I'll just continue to go around this until I reach the top. And I'll show you how that looks when I'm done. So I turned the light off because I wanted to show you, if you put a flashlight in there, let's do it this way, you can see where some areas might be a little too sheer. Like I can see a lot easier right here. I'm going to want to add a little bit more of my mulberry paper. For me, I'm going to, cover up a few of those areas. And obviously this is going to take a while to dry. The matte gel medium takes a little bit of time, a little bit more time. Maybe that's why it sticks to the glass that much better. Is that proper grammar? And obviously you can leave these spots just the way they are. You may like some areas very sheer, and you may want to wait until this dries. And when it dries, you can say, that looks a little too see-through, I don't like it. Or you may say, I really love the look of that. So now I'm done. I'm going to put this aside to dry, and I will come back and show you the next step. And by the way, you do want to go around the whole vase with another coat, while it's still wet, another coat of this matte medium. I don't know if you noticed this, but there are times when you do a glass project, when you do decoupage, and there are areas that turn up looking like they're wet, or they never quite dry, or they never quite look dry, and it's an inconsistent look. And I don't know why that is, but I know when I use the matte gel medium that does not happen. on glass. Okay, so we're all done. I'll put this aside to dry and come back in a few hours. Here we are the next morning, and I think this has a really nice look to it. The way it is, it's matte, a matte finish. You know, I prefer a lot of gloss normally, especially over glass. But we still need to add a couple of things to this. But I did end up having to overlap up at the top because those round pieces, it was really challenging up here. So I overlapped, and I just made sure to file away. Those edges, and always go in one direction and make sure that direction is inward, because if you pull the file this way, you'll pull your work away. Now what I want to do is we definitely want to secure this from the outside. The gel medium will help it stick to the glass. And now we want to put a varnish over this. So I'm taking this product called Starlight Varnish. And the reason that I'm using it is because it's got a very tiny amount of very fine glitter particles. So you don't really see, I don't know if you can see it, I could see this in the light. You don't really see glitter. It isn't like you put an adhesive down, like you put glue down and then sprinkled glitter over it. Once again, with my heavy hand, I overdid it there. And again, I'm using a bristle brush, and I'm making sure that I get down to these ends. You can decorate these vases in colors to match the theme of whatever party you're doing. So you can get these mulberry papers in a beautiful dark green or burgundy or red. When you're looking to do Christmas projects, you can do them in pastels if you're having an Easter dinner. And obviously for weddings, you can always match the color theme, whether it's just for the shower, and sometimes these make very nice shower gifts. And I'll put this aside to dry. You can see how there are some sheer spots in there and some that are a little bit thicker, which I really like. And then I'll come back when this is dry and show you how it looks. I'll probably be able to find some sunlight and show you how it looks in the sun. Okay guys, I can see this very fine glitter on here. It might be hard to see in the camera, so I will take it outside. But first I wanted to show you the way I want to finish this up. And it's one of the reasons I didn't put a high gloss on here is because I wanted to take some twine and wrap it around the center. And this has a little bit more of a country look. And I also wanted to take a couple of sprigs of these dried flowers and place those inside there. So at our final project, or when we're all done, this is how our vase looks. Now you've done all the work on the outside, so you can put water on the inside. You can use this for flowers. I still intend to use it for my candle. Let me put the electric candle in there. I'm going to turn the light off and show you. This is a matte, whoops. This is a matte finish. So there is barely, actually there's no shine on here. So using the matte gel, the matte medium, to adhere the paper, and you can see these fibers, you can see a tiny bit of that glitter, and I'll have those links below to get all of these items that you'll need. So you see that one, It looks to me on this end like the candle is coming through with a greenish hue. It's actually a beautiful amber color. Maybe that's just my camera. The paper is white, so let me show you that with the light on. So you can see all of the glitter on there. I've got that faux candle in there. And this is another really, look at this, looks very, I think it looks quite Christmassy. This is just the white mulberry paper. This white mulberry paper that I found actually has strands of gold in there. So it's just a little tiny accent, but it's also got the regular white threads in there, what look like threads. And it was very simple to decoupage. I did the same thing. I used the matte media by DecoArt, and I also made sure to use triple thick over this, applying a nice chunky coarse glitter over the top. Okay friends, so that's our video for the week. I'm still trying to reach my 100,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed, thank you for doing that for me. If you have subscribed, thank you for doing that for me. And any questions, don't forget I have a page on Facebook called Upcycle with Decoupage. You can head on over there and contact me and ask me some questions in private or on public. And you can post your work over there if you'd like. No selling, but of course if you've got some things that you're proud of, some items that you've decoupaged or you want me or anyone else to take a look at, feel free to post over there. So in the meantime, guys, I will see you next week with another video. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's pretty simple and understated and a lot of fun for the holidays. If you're having some company over for Christmas, you can put a bunch of these right down the center or the other one with some flowers or pine cones or whatever you'd like in there. And that is our DIY decoupage video for the week. I will see you next week with another video. Thanks again, my friends. Bye-bye.